Hello, everyone in the Panasonic booth. I want to invite everybody over to the main stage. We've got a great tech talk coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. That's what you're not going to want to do. So come on over and let's get started. Audio and the gaming experience go hand in hand. And this next speaker doesn't need a hype man, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. Paul Michael Santoro is a professional gamer, commentator, host, and MC, streamer, content creator, and public speaker turned executive. With over 15 years of experience in video game and esports industry. Joining him on stage is Michelle Escar, Panasonic's Marketing Experience Director. Take it over, guys.
All right. Polly, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Panasonic and Michelle, for having me up on this hype talk.
So we brought you here to CES because we wanted to educate people about some of our technology and gaming and audio, but you've actually been basically like running the show over here at the booth, which is pretty awesome. Why don't you kind of just share a little bit with everyone knows what your background is, a little more of a story there.
Absolutely, yeah. I was a professional gamer. I started in 2004 in a game called Gears of War. So I was Gears of War Pro, and I competed. I was one of the first multi-genre professional gamers. So I competed in Gears of War and a fighting game called Dead or Alive. I competed at the same game, same day, two different genres, and I'd win both tournaments. So there wasn't many people in 2004 that were doing stuff like that. I did that till 2015. Where I then got my first big break getting a full-time caster position at Hi-Res Studios, working with Todd Harris, one of the godfathers of this industry. And I've been doing host work for companies like the NBA 2K League, Alienware, you name it, since 2015, hosting, emceeing, anything with a microphone. And this year I joined the collegiate SMG, Collegiate Sports Management Group, and Esports U as a executive consultant, helping them build out the largest collegiate esports tournament in the world.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
Yes, sorry.
It sounds like you might maybe have the qualifications to talk a little bit about sound and gaming, maybe.
I think I'm qualified.
So obviously, here between Panasonic and Techniques, audio is a very, very important part of what we do. We have a very rich history of innovation in the audio space. Talk to me about why sound is so important in esports.
Yeah, well, when you're competing, it's no different. Audio cues are faster recognized than visual. So I could see things, but if my teammate calls out someone else, or if I hear footsteps, or if I hear a gun reloading, or if I hear any sort of noise that I know is not my team, I'll pick that up much quicker than physically seeing it, recognizing it in your brain, and then processing it. So audio cues are everything from communications in the game and also sound effects.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. So the product that we brought here to CES today is called the SoundSlayer. It's an immersive wearable speaker. What's cool about this, I think, is number one, for a lot of gamers, I know you could sit and play for like hours, right? Really long time. Which, I wear headphones for 10 minutes and I have a headache.
Sure.
So the idea is it's not putting any compression on your head, that kind of thing. But what's really cool is it's kind of, it mimics like surround sound around you, so you actually feel like you can. It falses like something is actually that far away or that far away in the game.
Right.
So I know obviously you've been hanging at the show, you've been wearing it.
Yep.
I think something that was really fun is we had challenged gamers to put on the SoundSlayer wearable and actually blindfold themselves and play games.
Sure.
And we had one gamer who she was playing Final Fantasy and she blindfolded herself and she's like, "Oh, I hear a sweeper," like a guy with the broom, and she literally just navigated around the entire environment, blindfolded, and found the sweeper. And we're all like, "Oh my God." Like she was like right in front of him. Even she took off the blindfold. She's like, "Whoa, this is so cool."
Yeah, I've been playing around with it. We do have it on display here at the Panasonic booth, but it's nice. It's got the 4 speakers, 2 in each side, so it gives you that directional input. Sounds important, but so is the direction. So you got that. You also have the inline microphone, and it's a noise gate microphone, noise canceling microphone, so it doesn't pick up the reverb, so you can communicate. You can do conference calls, competitive gaming. You can use it as a total end-all replacement to someone that doesn't like wearing headphones. That's pretty much me. I have a hat on a lot of the times when I'm streaming. I wear glasses if I don't have my contacts on. Tons of head accessories. So the headphones for me have always been, even as a competitor, secondary. I really use other audio stereo speakers instead of headphones. So the SoundSlayer is just an amazing speaker that is immersive. You can communicate on it, and you can also even compete in esports with directional sound.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty cool thing, and I know, from what I've experienced is like when you go and you start to play a game, I feel like it's very it kind of transports you, right? You're in that
Right.
environment, and I feel like it's almost like a escape, right? Like
Yes.
mentally, you
Big
know,
one.
you're really stressed out, you have a lot going on, and then you can just sort of enter this world and let go of that stress. So I feel like that having that kind of sound experience probably really is good for you, just your well-being in general.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, the headphones, they clamp up your head, you get a headache. I like that it's very lightweight, you can wear it for hours on end without, I was worried about that at first when I first saw the product, like, is this going to be wearable for 8 hours? And it is. It's super lightweight, and it's just been a pleasure to use. And honestly, like I said, there aren't really any alternatives to headphones. I would say a lot of people would say there is either headphones or nothing.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
true.
fact that there is a product now on the market that's a middleman, even though it is niche, is very important, and I think it can pick up steam as a competitive gaming accessory.
Yeah, and you know what I really love is that Panasonic didn't just go into this alone, right? When they were
Sure.
developing the product, they were working directly with the sound engineers at Square Enix on the Final Fantasy XIV team,
Right.
because they really wanted to work with like the true gaming engineers to
Sure.
make sure they got this right.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy XIV, I mean, I don't play it too hardcore, but I have played it before, and the audio that's in that game, the orchestras, the music, the sound effects behind Final Fantasy XIV is fantastic, so it goes hand in hand with quality sound mechanics, quality sound products like the Sound Slayer.
Yeah, amazing. You know, there's one other product in the Sound Slayer line right now, which is it's a sound bar.
Okay.
And I have to say, you know, it's designed for gaming. That's what we planned, and it has multiple gaming modes, whether you're playing an RPG game,
Sure.
a first-person shooter. But it also has a cinema mode and music mode, and it happens to be one of the most competitively priced Dolby Atmos speakers,
Sure,
soundbars out in the
right.
market. Talk to me a little bit, like Dolby Atmos, like that carries a lot of weight, right?
Yeah, no question about it. And the 6 settings that you were talking about is important because those are custom EQ settings that bring out different elements of different games that we're playing. So Final Fantasy will have a certain sound effect EQ, and shooters will have a certain, maybe the highs need to come out more. So having those different settings, being able to play music and having Dolby involved as well is that high-end audio. I'm an audiophile. Especially from gaming all those years, I cannot listen to bad audio or audio that loses sound range. I like to hear every percussion, every instrument, every string, and honestly with the Dolby, it just brings it out even more.
You know, I love that you said that because when we think about Technics and what Technics is known for as an audio brand,
Right.
it always comes back to these rich nuances,
Yep.
right? And obviously, you know, we're talking about Sound Slayer for gaming, but we have been talking a lot about Techniques here at the show
Right.
in general. And that's really, we like to have, whether it's our true wireless headphones or over-ear headphones, any of our hi-fi products, it's always about having music come back the way the artist intended it.
Right.
And we always get feedback on, we see all the time that, wow, I'm hearing things in my music that I've never heard before, right? What you're saying, the individual string, the individual beat that you didn't hear otherwise.
Yeah, like well, for instance, when you're competitively gaming, let's take that for instance, you have to hear footsteps. It's a certain volume. It's not very loud. It's secondary. It's in the tertiary part of your ear, right? Then I need to hear, maybe I can hear someone, I can literally hear someone reloading in the room over. So that's another, all of them are different volumes in the spectrum. So you have to have the separation, you have to have the EQ properly, and you have to have quality music or quality audio, especially if you're going to be competing in gaming or if you're just listening to music. So you guys have really hit the team has hit the nail on the head here with the Sound Slayer, the sound bar, which I haven't got to try yet, but I definitely want to. But overall, I know you guys knocked it out of the park. So the audio that's coming out from Panasonic right now has been spectacular, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds.
Thanks. You know what? I'm really glad that you came to talk to us because my gaming is primarily playing Tetris or falling off the cliff in every game. So glad we have somebody here who can actually speak intelligently. That's amazing. I really appreciate you coming out to CES. Anyone who's visiting the Panasonic booth, come by. You can check out the Sound Slayer. You can try it yourself. And Polly Hype over here has been emceeing for us with our breakdancing competitions at the booth all day, basically.
Yeah.
So definitely don't miss that if you're around.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, Polly.
Michelle.
Thanks
I
for being with
appreciate
us.
it. You too. Thank you. Woo! Yeah. Hold on. That was easy.